Super Mario World, well above the poisonous falls. Some characters influence you. Oh, absolutely. Oh, I love that. Well above the poison falls. Just goes right into the level. Ooh, this is pretty. I'm pretty sure I've seen this background before, but I think it was definitely not green before. Symbol spreading. I like the Koopas. I like the key symbol. This is nice. This is pretty. Not quite sure what the conceit of the level is yet, but it is pretty. I definitely need the key. Don't worry, it's piss. If your urine is green, call a doctor, you have problems. Alright, well, the level did inform me of how this works. This is weird. What's the deal with the outlines? Is it just letting me know that such a thing exists? Somewhere? Down there? I guess that's what the outlines are for. How strange. So that works. You have to stick your card into a device. The company requesting payment will give you a transaction number and an IBAN. You have to enter the transaction number, last 10 numbers of the IBAN, and the price of the device, then generate a number for you to enter on the company's website. That's how it authenticates your purchase. Huh. When you say well above, does it mean we're far above? Or above or at a well? I want to say it could be either, honestly. I definitely did think a well above. I was thinking it was actually going to be like a well full of water and or poison. Or pizza. There was just no way to know. Okay, I like that. Depending on the provider, you also need to log into your banks to log in with the two things together. Okay. That's interesting. Did I get a midway? Okay, there's no down here. Alright, this is intriguing. I'm given options. I could go left or right here. Well, maybe I'll go left. Usually for payment providers like Klarna. Klarna, yeah, huh? Multi-factor, huh? Yep has really cool 3D secure stuff in UC in the United States. It's like an enforced MFA. I think they used to try doing that, and it never really worked all that well in the United States. So I remember having to use the 3D secure thing every once in a while, and it just was not good. And this was like the early 2000s. It came with problems, and I guess I came over here to get the shell. Do I need a shell? Made you laugh, though. It's gonna make something Zayken related for CLDC, but plans fell through. Oh, that's fortunate. Don't want to talk about urine colors, but 2 weeks you went vegan were miserable. Huh. Yeah, Germany was on the list. Why do I want this shell? Like, I went through some serious effort to get this. I don't want to get flung into the pizzas. There's a wall of these things. Like, this is kind of cute, playing off screen, but it's not life-changing. What do you want? What? Oh! It took me long enough. I probably needed to... What is this nonsense? In Germany, its daughter company is called Sofort. So comfortable. I don't know what to say to that either. So comfortable. Forts can be pretty comfortable. I mean, I would assume Fort probably is short for Fortress. But I could be wrong. Instant. Oh. That makes a lot more sense. Not knowing any Germanic language other than the United States. English. I would not have guessed that. I would have assumed in German that it's like 18 syllables, the word instant. Just because most words in German are like 18 syllables. Okay. Wait. And we stop waiting. Then we wainscoting. Okay. Yeah, you only get one shot at that. Oh, okay. Alright. Alright. What? Alright, well at least the level, at least I'm near the end of the level. Depending on context. Germany many times. Try to learn. It's referred to as sofort Überweisung, instant translate. That's what I would have expected. That makes way more sense. Absolutely makes way more sense. Instant transaction being that long of a word. Everything makes sense now. Yeah, this is kind of an awkward level. Like, the having to go back over here to get the shell is kind of obnoxious busy work. Like, it's not terrible, but, like, I don't know why you'd make me do this. I'm happy to just go pick up the shell. But I suppose if I just finish the level, I won't have any more complaints about that. Like, I think the idea here is kind of cute, but marred by, like, just weird bits where your execution is really tight and doesn't need to be. Like that. You definitely want to do that first cycle. No! No! Please tell me I got a midway for that. That's why you fully capitalize it, because that's how it's spelled out. Okay. I got the midway at least. Thought I was... Oh, and now it's an auto-scroller! Okay. I thought I jumped. I did not jump. So fort. I'm easily amused, and that amuses me. Brave jump. Okay. More like auto-slower. I hope I have the key. Not gonna find out till much later, because I also don't know where I am. I know where I am now. Do I have the key? I do have the key. Alright, well that wasn't too difficult so far. No! Well, that didn't work. How did the key doors work before? Did I need to hold it? Did I need to kick it in? I don't remember. It didn't seem important at the time. No. That's a problem. I thought I'd got to the right position and pressed up, but I must have been off by a little bit. Yeah, it's very much a, you paid for the whole seat, but you're only gonna need the edge kind of level. I don't know if I got the key. Got the key. Yeah, I kind of appreciate what's going on here, but at the same time, I think it's just a little silly. I think I'd rather play a level where I can see where I'm going. But I'm also a good chunk of the way through, so, you know, it'll work. I'll get this. I remain cautiously optimistic. Also, I think if I wanted to, I could probably soft lock this. But there's no point in doing so, because it would only make my life worse. The cycle is unkind, yeah. It's one of those, like, it would have been a little bit easier if it had been, like, one tile lower, but wouldn't work with the concept. But it's not that difficult, but then you get this where you're just kind of, like, going slow. Well, I don't know. Oh, there, that's where I died. Just do better. Yeah, I can do that. I will work on it, Fries. It's illegal to tell you Pat to get cookies after the same thing. No, it's fine. I acknowledge my inabilities in this. I am not the best player. I can't believe I failed the same way twice. After getting the key. But it's there. Okay. I think really the trick here is just kind of abusing the edge of the screen. There we go. And then the part where I can see Mario. Didn't help. But I did see him. That was embarrassing. I really should have just held B so I had the slow fall. Let me move that. I don't need that anymore. This. You know, that wasn't the best time to grab my beverage. Or was it? Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about sprite respawning in this game. It's fairly easy to do. Okay, I know where I am. No! I thought I jumped further. Yeah, I'll work on it. The thing is, I'm just getting bored of this. Like, the problem with auto-scrollers is, like, once you slow things down so much, you just kind of like, I want to just get through this. I'm getting impatient. There we go. Back on the pizzas. As if it's some sort of tower made of pizza. Pizza tower, if you will. Alright, there we go. I don't know how this works. I do not know. Oh, wait, I say one. I'm gonna have to drop the key first. Like, I don't know how I unlocked the door last time with the key. Like, did I, like, bonk into it? Let me check something. See if this works. Or if it's a terrible idea. Yeah, that was a terrible idea. That's not gonna work. Russian Pizza Tower Gang is out. Again on Discord and sending an exploit. Packed binaries, beware. It's not uncommon. Hey, play my game! No. It's a little malware. It's not recentware or anything. You want to play really hard Toho to get your files back. There we go. uncombativeness saved your ass on all those links. I mean, the thing is, I never open those links in Discord or, like, a web browser. I always just plug in them if I feel the need to. Probably not the smartest thing, especially because, like, that gives people my IP address. So sometimes I'll, like, use my publicly... Oh, no. Something else. Haven't talked to me in 4 months. You want me to test your game? Yeah, that seems a bit out of character. Didn't think about that. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, the binary itself is unlikely to just, like, wreck everything. Because it's just a binary. If it's at rest, it's at rest. You can always run strings on it and have some fun. But... I'm glad there's infinite lives, unlike the man level. Haven't tried doing anything smart since Ida days. Haven't tried Ghidra yet. Ghidra's okay. I've tried it once or twice. I probably should learn to use Ghidra. Because, like, it's free. Hexrays isn't. And that's a quality I value. And people have written, like, useful plugins for Ghidra now, so, like, there's a bunch of useful stuff that previously was, like, Ida only. I just need to figure out how keys work. Alright, well, the key didn't make it. Most malware you've analyzed is from network noise. Turns out it's all Bitcoin miners. That's not surprising. How you doing, Selkry? I think I got that right. At least that's relatively harmless. I mean, it's kind of bad for your video card typically, but yeah. Hexrays, Ida is like trying to learn to drive stick. The thing about Hexrays is you have to learn to use... there's like a bunch of small things you learn to use, and then it suddenly becomes like actually good C code. Like teaching it what structs are what, giving it type information, that kind of thing. Most interesting one was an obfuscated PHP script with homebrew encryption. Oh, I bet that was interesting. PHP scripts. It's kind of like obfuscating your JavaScript. Not gonna do you all that much good in the long run. It'll stop a few people, but like eventually it's got to get run. Okay, I know where I'm at. Or I run into the stupid spring. Here's my problem. I don't know how the key thing works. I have not had any luck getting inside the door. It was fun to break, I bet. Reversing seals are not that good. Sounds like a cool thing. To reverse PHP-wise. It's mostly just to break into the network filters. Spoilers? On this level? Or in general? Like, you have a suggestion about what to do about the key? Feel free to throw it over. The problem I have is I don't know if I need to hold the key and press up, or I need to chuck the key into the lock, because they showed me at the beginning and then I completely forgot about it. Because it hadn't come up again. And that's completely my fault. There we go. Put the key down. And I'll read that in a second once I have another chance. Then drop it and stand on the key and then press up. I mean, maybe. There we go. It was just literally pressing up. Oh no. It was just pushing up and I wasn't well aligned. Okay, stop panicking, Pat. There's no reason to panic. Yeah, H definitely. I love not being able to tell how long these things are, and that they're Oh, I understand now. Okay. Yeah, the problem was just, like, I got there with the key and I was badly aligned because I can't see where I am, and I thought it was something else, so I kept trying other things. I'm ready for a level where there's safe places to stand. Okay. I made it. I made it. I'm back. Alright. You know, I should have noticed the big-ass torch in the middle. The donut blocks help on location. Yes, it does. Had talking about Kaizo waiting for a level, there's safe places. I mean, it's nice when I can read chat for a moment. And typically, like, the Kaizo Kaizo levels generally have shorter recycle times. Because I'm bad. Hey, no. Like, in that case, there was no reason to have that pizza slice right there, aside from just a little bit of cruelty. Pizza-related cruelty. Cruelty, crustity. Sounds like a bad pun that comes from somewhere else. I'm gonna take you into crustity. You commit pizza crimes. Surprised no quick restart? Does that interfere with multiple checkpoints? No. I do believe quick restart and multiple checkpoints are perfectly good friends. It just depends upon how this person did their stuff. Some people like the going back to the world map thing. Though the only person I know who distinctly prefers going back to the world map over prompt retry, because, like, there's different degrees. Like, I think I prefer prompt retry more than I prefer instant retry. And some people prefer instant retry, but then there's Nintendesi who's like, no, just put me back to the world map every time, please. And as far as I know, he's the only person with that opinion. There may be others, but he's the only one I know of. I wasn't close enough. I'm mixing this up with the next part where I can be a little further away. Why would you want to waste your time? In Desi's case, he liked having the time to rest his hands, so there was always just a little bit of downtime between things that was an enforced downtime. There's a reason he doesn't play Kaizo hacks anymore, because they wrecked his hands. So he had a real bad carpal tunnel, and that's why he doesn't. It's one of the reasons he doesn't play Mario World anymore. Is because it definitely did not do him well health-wise. And you know what? He's found his niche. He's a lot happier with Zelda randomizers and other weird games, and it works out better for him. Do not blame him in the slightest. Do miss him sometimes, that type of gaming, but yeah, but like Kaizo, you have to watch your hands. Like, I cannot play Kaizo certain levels for more than a certain period of time, or else my right middle finger will start hurting. And that's just not good for me. And it's only some Kaizo levels. But once I reach a point where I'm like, oh yeah, this is starting to hurt, I have to back off a bit. Levels being able to retry immediately is a boon. Levels where it isn't. Not everything needs fast retry, but there are some things that are greatly benefit from it. Yes. I mean, I think you don't lose anything with prompt retry that you'd get with instant retry. I like being able to stop and look and say, oh, that's why I died, or maybe just consider the whole thing. It's like a nice little pause button when you die, so you can stop and think about your death. Kind of like in King's Quest or Space Quest or any of those other quests where they stop to let you know you're an idiot for dying. Only thing just like is instant retry? Yes, I am all on the prompt retry train. Like, my favorite death in the like Quest series, any of them, is there's one in King's Quest 1 where there's this puddle of acid that's lying there, and there's no reason. It has no purpose for a puzzle. It literally is just here so if you touch it, you die. And when you touch it, you die. You know, Roger Wilco screams, goes, ah! And like, oh, you shouldn't have touched that acid. And then the two guys from Andromeda come out and are like, draw one of those football diagrams showing exactly where your mistake was. And it takes like a minute to do. It's very much a, nope, you're just a moron sort of death. Like, it'd be one thing if you like, oh yeah, you shouldn't touch acid with your hands because clearly you need to put this in some sort of receptacle. But no, it's not that. It's just literally, hey, you touched the acid, dumbass. You want insults on the retry prompt? Oh, that'd actually be pretty cool. Depth grip Y with your index finger? Oh, snack box. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know how people do the claw grip. I've seen Louis do it for certain levels, but I'm like, I don't know how you guys do this for more than like a minute. It looks painful. I'm getting this down. Like, I'm starting to like this more the more I do it, bizarrely. Oh no, don't stand there. Sounds like a QLDC idea. Every death is explained in excruciating detail. Mentally measured Louis' long-ass fingers watching him play more than once. Interesting. I never thought he had long fingers, but I don't pay that much attention to the, like, cam part of things. Yeah, that'd be actually pretty awesome if every death had a Sierra-style message. And, like, if you had enough space in the ROM, you could actually have the audio, have the narrator say these things. Be hilarious if, like, you could get, like, the Space Quest narrator or the King's Quest narrator. Because I know the guy who played King Graham will actually read things for people. Because, like, he wasn't a voice actor. He was just, like, a producer? He had some sort of title at Sierra that was not voice actor-in-chief. And he's the only person who does a decent job at voice acting in King's Quest V. Everyone else is utter garbage. Sierra eventually learned their lesson and, like, hired good voice actors. But it did take a while. I'd say probably the peak of, like, paying for good voice actors for them was Gabriel Knight 1, where they got Tim Curry, Michael Dorn. I want to say they had Jim Cummings do a bit too. And there were probably a few others. Wasn't surprised if Mark Hamill showed up. Grab your controller, see if you're insane. You require bugging Kevin for his sample streaming code or doing it yourself? Yeah, that'd be the problem. Use your thumb and still manage. The way some people hold their controllers is fucked. The people holding N64 controllers by both sides instead of middle and main. Yeah, how do you do that? That's... Ugh. That makes no sense. No sense. I mean, I guess I could see it, like, if you're playing a game that actually uses the D-pad on N64, but, like, what game are you playing that uses the D-pad on N64 primarily? Like, Tetris? I don't think there's that many that actually require it. No, I jumped way too late. Play on a keyboard. Cassie is just really good. I like it. Oh yeah, no, sample streaming is definitely something different. If you want to learn about it, Kevin... Who was it? Kevin and somebody, I forget. Maybe Margot. Kevin and Margot collabed last QLDC. I don't know if they did the first one. But there was a level called Cotton-Eyed Yolpy, where it continuously plays Cotton-Eye Joe at you the whole time in really good quality. And it's not a port, it's just literally Cotton-Eye Joe is streamed from the cart into the APU using some trickery. Like, they had to, like, reduce the number of patches Lunar Magic had to make it work. Number of patches Lunar Magic applied. Turn on Fast ROM. Had to do their level design very specifically so it wouldn't cause too many hitches. And it mostly works on console even. Like, it's actually pretty good. Every once in a while when you death, there's a little hiccup, but, you know, if that's the trade-off. So. But for death, you could kind of buffer it. It would probably be okay. At least a little bit. There we go. We're past that. Okay. Cool, I got past that part. I wasn't sure that jump was enough. Okay, so we're back to this sort of gimmick. I see now. Wait, oh, right. No! How it works, you looked at the Czar credit. The fact that it's not lag resistant is silly, but don't plan on making your levels in Lunar Magic. It's not an issue. That's fair. Oh, I forgot. I still need to watch your editor video. I've had it open for like a week or two. The death? Oh, yeah, no, I just wasn't thinking about what I was doing. I was looking at it and like, oh, I didn't line it up right. I'm not that worried. This area is, I feel, a little more fair than the prior area, because I always know where I am and it's not an auto-scroller. Just having some amount of control over what you're doing helps. But yeah, I still think it's really cool you're making levels without lunar magic. That is still impressive to me, because I know that when OLDC came around, yours was the only one without A, a lunar magic tag, and B, was also really tiny, because it wasn't bringing in all of the lunar magic nonsense. There we go. Do 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 do. Okay. All right. Oh wait, no, that section's the free one. Wasn't about to write your own sound driver. That's absolutely fair. There's parts that are worth going and doing yourself until you need something better, and that is not one of them. Was earlier than I thought. I'm curious about that too. I don't know not that much about how add music works. Aside from old versions not working terribly well due to buffer or echo buffer issues. I've done enough remoderations to know about that. Does its own thing after the main game loop. Oh yeah, I guess I did know it handled things differently because of Max's different audio Carl modules. Max found a way to mess with the game via Carl modules to play his own custom music, which usually just means changing all of the available samples, the available default samples, into the Among Us sound, which is unique. But he also found a way that if I was playing something with add music, to just add his own music to it. Don't ask me how it works. I never actually read the code for it. Go. I still think his crowning achievement is hacking Super Mario 1 into Super Mario World. That remains the coolest thing I've seen him do. Use the funny two-step build process to apply music packed later. Oh, okay. Yeah, I am a big proponent of building your ROM instead of doing all sorts of stuff and hoping it doesn't ever corrupt. Like, I think that that's the way. That's the future. Build scripts. It's smart. Because what I've seen in the past is, like, people get their ROMs corrupt and then they're trying to figure out how to unpatch things, and it's like, no, don't do that. Never do that. I did this sort of proof of concept SMW, SMRPG crossover randomizer thing, and while the build process took a long-ass time, it worked out really well and was very reproducible, because I kind of insisted upon making it a build script instead. Though it did take about 2 minutes to build the four ROMs. And it did invoke lunar magic on the command line several times. Oh, what's up, Fall Circus? How you doing? I feel like build scripts are scary for non-programmers. I mean, that's fair, but, like, also, there's an awful lot of cases where, like, you can get a build, like, their build scripts are publicly available now. Like, for BLDC and for the ROM Hack Races base ROM, if you go to Ampersam's GitHub, you can just pick them up there, which is really convenient. You don't have to know too much about it. Really tired of lunar magic and how stupidly obtuse everything is. It is a bit... There's an awful lot of hidden stuff and not obvious things in lunar magic. It is a bit of a shame that so much of hacking is tied to this closed source tool. And I suspect will remain closed sourced even after, like, Fusia kicks the bucket. would be nice if there were more open source alternatives. There we go. Too early. It's like, it's not awful for most people to push for replacements on their own, but you have strong feelings about why people burn out. Yeah. You need to stop hitting that thing. There's an awful lot of foot guns in this. But I will admit it's nice if, like, literally all you're gonna do is just edit things OLDC style. Like, if that's all you're gonna do, Lunar Magic is basically the perfect tool. Very Mario Maker-y in that respect. But once you get beyond that, things get a little hairier. Because of how well the other tools play with each other. Looked into porting ad music to JavaScript. Your ambition was quickly crushed. I don't know if I'd want to port anything to JavaScript. Anything time I look at JavaScript, my ambition gets crushed. Ad music code is awful. I mean, it's pretty old at this point, aren't the oldest versions of ad music like, what, 2004 or something? Like, they're really old. Wouldn't surprise me if there's an awful lot of cruft accumulated. Especially the parser. Oh, building parsers is the worst. If I can't build a recursive descent parser, I don't want to parse it. That's the upper limit of how much effort I'm willing to put into parsers. The moment I have to bust out a parser generator is the moment I lose interest in a project, typically. Just a lot of work for relatively little payoff. And I've done it. I could use, what was a Java thing? It wasn't Lex and Yak. There was a specific one that all people in Java tended to use, 20 years ago. To dig the compilers class, I know how it worked. But I still don't want to do it. I think I'm late. Yep. Strips with an unversioned ASAR that is older than anything on the website. You wanted to rewrite ASAR, also a bad idea? Yep. An assembly parser is mildly easier than a full-featured language parser, but that's still a lot. An awful lot of the tooling is not ideal. Which reminds me, I probably should upgrade my version of ASAR that I've got. Need to make sure my patches still work on it. Because the one on the Carl website has to sabotage very specific things in a very specific way for stuff to work properly. Because I'm not an idiot. Okay. Back here. There we go. Into the pipe. There's more? Oh, okay. Well, we're back on the ground at least. Well above. Yeah, I get it now. Dear Lord. That took me way too long to get or beat. More vegan piss. Ran into so many issues, you decided it was just easier to write a new assembly language and upgrade legacy. Yep, that's pretty much it. That's the better way to go sometimes. Well, that was a good level in some ways and a bad level in other ways. It was an interesting concept, but I think I got tired of not being able to see my own feet, having done that more than once.